Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective live reading for today. I saw one person waiting and I felt guilty, so I went live. Yes, if you're watching this later, please click on to about the 5-minute mark. The reading should be beginning by that point. Welcome. This is going to be a general collective live reading. The weather today, just to give you an update, is awful, but I am melting. So literally thunderstorm still. Now, if you are going to watch September's reading as well, sorry, not September, Sagittarius's reading as well as Scorpio, the thunder, all you can hear is thunder. That was filmed yesterday. Today, same thing, except there's no thunder this time. It's just very hot. A situation here is that some of the shops are starting to open and I'm still in lockdown. So nothing's changed. I'm just trying to amuse myself at the moment. So thank you so much for the like already. That's very, very much appreciated. Welcome to all those joining us. This is going to be a general collective reading. Tia Nina, welcome. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing very well. I'm seeing if Stacey's going to join us today. As you know, if you watched the last reading, bless her, Stacey's gone through quite a lot, still is. And let's see, maybe she's going to join us today, maybe not. We're going to be using the Millennium Thoth Tarot today. And yeah, let's wait a little bit longer for more people if they want to join us. I hope you're doing well, Tia. Mercury in retrograde is tomorrow. We're currently in the shadow period. We are about to go into yet another retrograde. We also have Neptune going into retrograde on the 22nd after the eclipse. Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much. Julie, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. No problems at all. Nina, I hope you're doing very well. Lots of energy. I do not blame you if you haven't been here. Everyone has their own lives to be getting on with. Maybe that's a good thing that you're not needing that support. So I hope you're doing very well. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so we're going to jump in. I want to get kind of going here. There's definitely Mercury in retrograde is, and I don't know if you've already kind of felt that, because the shadow period sometimes can be worse than the actual retrograde. And if you don't know what Mercury in retrograde is, it's usually when you're finding communication either is improved or not as good. Technological devices play up a little bit. Car engines, car issues, electronic issues. Obviously, hopefully that's not the case, but it can happen during a retrograde period. Hello, Simply Sax. Karen, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So we are currently in shadow period sometimes, and what that means is that it's the lead up, it's a 2-week lead up to a retrograde season or period, and it sometimes can be worse than the actual retrograde itself. We also do sometimes find people from the past coming back in around retrograde season. So let's see, we're just before an eclipse right now, and we currently have the North Node, the North Star, and the Sun pretty much within 3 degrees. So there's going to be some very interesting energy right now. Stacey, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're okay. I know that's a silly question. And just to let you know, Stacey, it was Tuesday morning, 1:28 a.m. your time. So it was 6:28 a.m. my time. I got the nod that your mum's over there. And the reason it came through is because I asked them to let me know. And it was 6:28 a.m., which would have been 1:28 a.m. your time. Now, if you look, 1:28 adds up to 11. And then if you look at the date that she passed, because I think you said, did you say the Monday? Yeah, there's an 8 number, which would be infinity. So yeah, you get tingling all over. I've got to laugh here because it sounds funny. Yeah, people keep talking to me going, my head's tingling when I'm talking to you. I mean, look, I'm just channeling the 14th. Yeah, it was Sunday, was it? So it would have been the number 6 Virgo, which would have been 7, because in fact, no, it would have been 8 still, because we've got a number 11 for the timing. Yeah, it was Tuesday, the 1:28 a.m. that I heard, as in the transition. You remember when I said like there's unresolved? I don't know, they just said 6:28 a.m. Well, they didn't say 6:28. I heard the message to say, you know, I'm here 6:28 a.m. on the Tuesday. So she's transitioned. Bless her heart. Very high vibrational energy, your mum. Very, very high vibrational energy. Joanna! Did you feel her ascend? Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the likes. I hope you're all doing very well. Let's have a look into the messages for today. Okay. Oh my goodness me. The Chariot, this is Cancerian energy. No. I mean, to be honest, I do. Yeah, Tia, I do have, without blowing my own trumpet, I do have really strong energy. I get it from my dad and my mum, to be honest. Blessing and a curse, if I'm being totally honest with you. I'm always read I mean, for those that aren't intuitive, I'm always read so massively wrong. People usually take, they see the hard exterior and they think that I'm some kind of demon. That's, you know, let them think what they think. To be honest, I kind of enjoy being underestimated. It makes me be able to do what I need to do very quietly. So it suits me. But I've had to deal with the fact that my strong energy and people misreading that for 39 years. So, but I see it as a strength. But yeah, Tia Nina, I think I agree with you. I think my energy does tend to rub some people up the wrong way because I'm a catalyst energy. So and I'm a healer. So wherever I am, I just tend to kind of move the energy. And I don't mean to, it just happens. And it's not something that I try and do. Sometimes I own it and I'm just kind of like, yeah, now I'm going to step into that energy even more so. And it's like, what the heck? Everyone's like, what the heck? But, you know, it is what it is. My cusp that I'm on is the cusp of power as well. The Aries Taurus date that I was born is the cusp of power, not the wrong way here. Oh, bless you. Yeah. Unfortunately, people that aren't intuitive, though, sometimes they can misread that. So we've got the Chariot here, which is very strong Cancerian energy. And as you know, we're about to step into Cancer energy on the 20th. We are about to transition out of Gemini season into Cancer. So this energy here, and I'm not sure if you can see this, but look at the middle. First of all, there's a wheel. And second of all, this is very strong rainbow-based energy. This is Ascension, okay? This is also a bullseye. Can you see that? We've got it's quite literally a bullseye here. This is a marker point. Now, I don't know if you've heard me mentioning this in a lot of my readings, but I keep talking sometimes about marker points. And I've got to give a computer game as a reference. So, you know, when you get to a hard level, I'm not even joking you. You know, it was like, why are you giving all these masculine references? I don't know. I'm very masculine. When you get to a computer game, sometimes if it's a really hard level, when it's a really hard level, you have to run the gauntlet and then you can save your progress. This is a saved progress point, marker point. Now, what does that mean? Now, you've also, because there's a saved marker point, you can choose multiple options. This is a portal. We're in a portal. We're slap bang in the middle of eclipse season in the Ring of Fire, the second of 3 eclipses that we're about to go into on the 21st. Then we've got one on the 5th, and then if you only can see what is going on the 10th, and after that, I'm not even going to go into that yet because there's already a lot going on, but I'm going to just give you a heads up. Enjoy it now. That's not very positive news, but and now I'm going to be honest with you. If you're in the UK, things are about to get weird. I'm going to be honest. Just got to be real. Can't be lying. There's no point. You're going to see it anyway. So this is a marker point here of a fork in the road. Okay. Now, this is one of those very strong ascension type energies where, because there's a fork in the road, there's a little test. Every time I say test, everyone's like, oh, but it's the reality. Now, this is the way to check if you're in this energy, because this might not apply to you. Temptations, what's been going on in the last couple of days. Let's say, for example, you have a karmic situation, if it's a friend, family member, partner that you know is karmic, or maybe you're not aware is karmic. and they're testing you. They're testing boundaries. You feel trapped. Nina's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I feel like you've already picked up on this, Nina. I already feel like you've picked up on this. Whoever the karmic is, whatever the karmic is, whether it's an addictive behavior, it's a person that comes in to try and tempt and sway and distract. This energy in the next couple of days is going to be, I'm not going to lie, going into Cancerian season is going to be very prevalent. And the reason being is because they want a distraction. Now, when I say they, we're not in the fifth dimension yet. We haven't transitioned yet. We've got to be realistic. We're still in a very dualistic energy. Pay attention. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like if you haven't already had that happen, you will. And you might be sitting there going, for the love of God, just give me some good news. You sure did. Yeah, trust your instinct. Nina, I feel like you're like me. It happens to you, and then you can see it in the collective. I feel like you're very much like that. You'll go through it, and then you'll observe people going through it again, and it's like a ripple effect. You've got, oh, bless you. Yeah, Joanna. There is, I mean, the Chariot also brings visitors. So let's be realistic. The Chariot, you've got to remember with the Chariot here, we've got, can you see in this picture, there's 4. Now, these 4 winged creatures are in charge of the Wheel of Fortune. This is destiny. I mean, look, I'm not in charge, guys. I'd love to be able to sit and, excuse me, plant some BS here and be like, oh, we're all great. You know, this is all brilliant. This is not why we're here. We're not here. This is the other thing I've got to tell you, that for those people that are in the thick of this, this is our learning curve. And by learning it, we are resolving older energies to close off. And so there are, I mean, look, this is the thing with my channel, is there are some of you who are extremely evolved, that are very tuned and in and plugged in, and it's like you guys are like on a different frequency altogether, and you're on it, right? You've got the ones that are awakened and they're learning, and then you've got the ones who, I mean, I get across the board. I don't have any one type of people watching. I go from 16-year-olds to like 80. I'm not even joking you. So I can't, if this message is coming through for everyone, I can't sit and be like, everyone's going to be fine, because shouldn't we know that already? Isn't that something that we're in charge of feeling that out anyway? If you, I mean, put it this way, this is not about planting hot air up people's backsides to pretend that everything's okay. I'm just not, this is not my job. Sorry if this upsets you, but that's not why I'm here. I don't know what else to say about that, really. It's got to be realistic. The thing with that, Nina, is you got to remember is that there's a reason you're a few steps ahead, because you're here to, I mean, look what I'm doing at the moment. I'll be honest with you, if you're tired of that what they're going to keep doing is giving you more, so you are a few more steps ahead until you're used to it. I'm going to just be honest with you. It's the same as everyone else that sit here going, I can't deal with this anymore. It's the same as when I was stuck in a bed for 3 years, begging them to end me, right? And I'm not even going to lie about that. They just kept piling it on because they're like, this is why you're here. Yeah, it swings and roundabouts. It swings and roundabouts. There are definitely an energy of people that are not getting a lesson, and so we're all in this merry-go-round together. That's one element. There's an element here of people that are so far advanced, but they haven't learned the basics, so spirit are bringing them back down to earth. We've also got an element here of people who are very evolved spiritually that haven't done any shadow work, and they're just sort of shooting themselves off into this rocket ship without having a little to no understanding of what reality is. And I'm sorry to be blunt there, but and so we have to backtrack here. This whole period is about and it sounds awful, but it's about recalibration. Let's be realistic. If you're going to recalibrate something, what does that imply? It implies a level playing field. If you've got a load of garbage, rubbish that's buried on one side, how can you get that level? It's not going to go. It's going to have a restriction, and this is this retrograde period. So if you're sat there going, where's the good news? Where's the good news? We're in this together. This is a collective energy. This is a collective energy. Now, it's your job to identify why you're feeling a resistance with this, why you're feeling like this doesn't sit right with you, or why. I mean, obviously, if you've got a very clear pain that you're working through, for example, people losing loved ones, and that's obvious what we're working through, that we're working through grief. But you've got to remember there's a polar opposite, there's a polarizing energy to everything. If you're working through grief, you're about to go through a huge heart awakening. And if you think you've had a heart awakening before, this is about to have a different level to it where, and don't forget, heart awakenings can manifest anything because it's the gateway of manifestation. So if you're stuck in this very kind of, I don't want to be, and I get it, and this is why I'm saying it's not easy, because it really isn't, but this is about perspective. This is about perspective. If you're a few steps ahead of the crowd, it's because you're here to learn quicker, to impart your wisdom, in my opinion. You're here to communicate what you've learned because you've gone through it, so you can understand. And so when the next person comes to you and says this, you'll go, oh, I already know how to do that. Let me help you. Because your soul mission was possibly as a leadership energy, possibly, you know. But if we're in that energy of why, first of all, it's a good question, why? Because then we can learn something about it. But if we're in this energy and we're not understanding the signs, and then we're constantly beating ourselves up, what you're doing there is you're not honoring you. You're basically almost, there's a rejection of self going there, because you're saying, why is this not moving forward? Why is this not moving forward? So first of all, there's a judgment being placed externally, but you're also judging you, because there's a reason you're going through it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. There's a lesson, and it sounds annoying because it's like, oh, I'm fed up with these lessons, and I'm fed up I've got to keep going backwards to move forwards. But that's the way humanitarian ascension is designed. You know, you cannot transition into a high vibrational energy when there's a separative or a separation energy involved, where you're not, because what you're saying is, oh, I don't want to, I'm essentially not accepting parts of myself because I'm frustrated. To ascend is to accept all of you, is to transition your shadow self and accept both the light and the dark. It's understanding your journey, and that includes the pain, because that's part of you. The warriors that have been broken over and over and over again, who have been shunned or have been maneuvered out and made to feel like they're separate. This is the time to, because you guys should be the ones that are, we've been here, we've done it, and now we're going to help everyone move forward because we've been there, done it. For the ones who have just started to awakening and that maybe are on a twin flame journey, you're coming into union with the self. And so if there's a frustration about a lack of good news, then it's up to you to find the light within. If you can't find the light, then you have to be the light. That's how it works. That's how it's been designed. So if you can't find it, you have to be it. And if you don't know how to do that, that's where you begin on your journey. Okay, Chariot energy. This is bullseye. This is, again, can you see someone is a little bit scared here to be a little bit vulnerable? He's in his knight of armor and he's got a scorpion on his head. This is extremely defensive energy. Now, we know Cancerian energy is a very hard shell, a hard exterior with a very soft inner kind of yoke almost. This is that very dualistic energy that we've seen in Gemini season that is going to possibly transition into Cancer, but it's going to be more emotional. Okay. Now, because we've got these animals at the bottom, they symbolize Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio, which are the animals and the kind of signs that are based around the Wheel of Fortune. This is about changing from the defensive, emotional kind of energy to understanding and integrating that emotion. As I've mentioned, this is about an integration. We are slowly integrating past hurts, wounds, emotional heart center, scars into our power, essentially. This is, and as a collective, it's happening. So again, don't forget, if you're getting energies coming towards you that are making you feel angry, it's to try and keep you out of that healing period and to distract you. So just pay attention for that. Be very aware of what this energy is trying, because there is a lot of karmic influences. My specific karmic influence, I mean, they might as well have written a letter and delivered it to my doorstep today. And I was like, oh, here we go. Now we know what the energy is coming up. Thank you for giving me my heads up. Because it was such a blatant, obvious sign. And I was like, right, now that's it. Game on, game on. And this is not about playing games. This is now me getting super organized. Because if you didn't think I was that obsessed about this kind of work with my progressed Virgo in Jupiter, this is about to get a whole new, like, I'm not joking you, I have a very super like disciplined Asian guide who is like, you have to eat at this time, you sleep at this time, you do this at this time. They're really on me. And that's when I know the things are getting and it's not to say everyone's gonna have to deal with that, but it's because I know I have to be on form. If you see what the information they've been channeling to me, I've got about 7,000 hours of reading that I've got to do now, and I haven't had time to do it. So even more reason to get ahead and understand what is going on. Thanks, Stacey. Bless you. Let's have a look. What other messages are coming through, please? What else? What else do you want to say? Well, what did I say? When you do the healing, what happens if you're having this heart chakra where you're going through this grief and you feel like you can't take it anymore, this is about healing that. What did I just say? About healing that in order to transition into this manifestation period. And look what we've got. We've got the 10 of Cups. And bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. This feels very Pisces energy here. This is very Venus energy, but it feels very Pisces. No, it's Aquarius. We do actually have Mars and Neptune in Pisces at the moment. Hello, Anchor. Thank you so much. Take care of my health. I always take care of my health. I always take care of my health now, because it's you know, I learned that a couple of years ago where I was like, no, I have to make sure that's one of my even higher priority now. But thank you so much. So dealing with energies, bless your heart. Thank you. Blessings to you. Blessings. So dealing with people that feel like they're not honoring boundaries and they're not listening to you, you stand your ground. You stand your ground. You speak your truth and you honor your boundaries, because if you're not honoring your boundaries, no one else is going to honor your boundaries. I'm going to be very honest with you. And I'll be really honest with you. This is something, thank you so much for bringing that up, because this is a really common theme that I'm seeing at the moment. Is people are wondering why things aren't working for them and things aren't happening for them, and why is this happening? Because you have to this is about you, and I get it. It can be very difficult, because if there's a guilt that's being played, or if there's a financial tie that you're being tied into, or there's something karmic going on, you make it very clear this is where you stand. It is not up for negotiation. That's it. You have to make sure your boundaries are honored. Yeah, with the North Star as well. The North Star's thrown in there. Sun and Rahu. Yeah, it is Rahu actually. Yeah. If you don't know what Rahu is, it's also known as the North Node in Western astrology, but in Vedic it's known as Rahu. Yeah, it is for the next 1 month. There's going to be a lot of revelations. Obviously, I see. This is the thing. You guys will view it as Cancerian, and obviously in this is Vedic, and in Western it would be like Gemini, Sorry, Cancer. No, it's Cancer, isn't it, for both? So I don't know if that's the case for Western though, because North Node is in Gemini. The North Node is currently in Gemini. Yeah, with any boundary issue, it's a test, because this is the other thing I've got to say as well is when you're, let's say, for example, in the physical, you're not stating your truth, or that someone is not listening to you when you're stating your truth, what you're basically doing is you're opening a bit of an energetic doorway here of a free-for-all. So I'll give you an example. If you're getting a psychic attack, if you are getting sleep disruption, severe sleep disruption, you have to look and say, in my physical day-to-day life, am I honoring my boundaries? Am I putting my foot down and saying no? Because if what it's saying there is, if you are saying yes to everything in the waking day, or not even saying yes, just sort of letting things slide, what you're doing is you're opening your energy up as a free-for-all, and then when you're going to sleep, or your energy is, not, there's a, you're sort of, I don't know, doing other things, the energy is basically saying, well, we can do this anyway, because you're not honoring your boundaries. So be really, and that's a mate. I'll be honest with you, this is yet another lesson that a lot of spiritual people are not aware of. I'm going to be very honest with you, because it's like, and yeah, it can be to do with self-esteem, it can be to do with a lot of other different things, but that is the first step. And what you'll see is your energy is going to really tidy up as well, in terms of you're protecting yourself, you're not defending yourself, but you're honoring your boundaries, basically. Exactly, Joanna, exactly. And this is exactly a prime example of karmic energy. This is it, and this is what I mean by tests at the moment. They're watching and they're like, what are these people honoring themselves with? If they're going to just let a free for all, then we'll just, we can't do much, because the old energy is about here. We need to clear out the old for the ready for the new, which, yes, this eclipse will do, but sometimes we have to step up as well. We have to equally take that responsibility. Really important. And you'll see it's not just going to be your health that will improve it, because this is the other thing, energetic ties. All right, you'll feel a sense of you'll probably feel very drained again, and it's not just because you're not sort of honoring your boundaries, but there's things feeding off your energy. This is possible psychic vampire energy, so you need to be very clear of what you're sort of, when you're in alignment or in around this kind of energy, what else you're opening yourself up to. Because I'm not to scare people, but I've got to be honest, because some people are not going to have any awareness of this, but there's going to be some, and I've seen it this week already, that they had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, you need to do this. This is why. And they were like, oh my goodness, this is just literally a game changer. And I'm like, well, yeah, because you've just opened a door that you didn't even know was open, and now you're closing it. So now you're preserving that energy. So that's especially before we get into this energy that we're about, because this is about cleansing. All right. But we've got, look, this is ready to come in. This is our wish fulfillment. 10 of Cups. Can you see this is very tree of life energy? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is very much a lot of Kabbalah type of referencing here, but can you see this feels very much to me like a tree, a sustenance, and at the top of the tree is Mars energy, which is very Tower energy, Mars, Aries and Scorpio, but also we've got Pisces here. Can you see right at the top, there's that kind of, it looks like a root chakra energy, which is security. That was security. Your security is at stake. Now, this sounds a bit melodramatic, but it's like this lesson you're closing out. You're about to close out when you uphold your boundaries. And don't forget, security can be money, physical, your physical location, your roof over your head, everything, food, your basic human needs. So when you're adhering to and attending to your basic human needs, you're showing willing that that's the boundary you're setting, which is the center point for all else. Because look, can you see that one energy that's which again will help the alignment with the other chakras. Okay, let's have a look. What other messages, please? What else needs to come through? What else needs to come through? The Hanged Man in reverse. So the Hanged Man would ordinarily be a pause to reflect, a pause to observe, a pause to understand, not entirely sure how to kind of maneuver. Okay. And as you can see at the bottom, there's a very strong solar energy here. And then you've got what looks like Mercury. That looks like the symbol for sulfur, and that looks like Neptune. Is that Neptune? That looks like Neptune. Neptune's about to go in retrograde. Neptune is going to go into retrograde on the 23rd, I believe, of June, which is going to clear all the old illusions out from past. Okay. Now, let me double check that date. Let me double check this. So we've got the Venus retrograde is going to end on the 25th of June. That's one energy. We've got Neptune retrograde, which is going into retrograde, I think the 22nd, which is the day after the eclipse. Yeah, so it's clearing out any illusions from the past. That's going to go. So this whole eclipse energy is going to be doing quite a lot. Can you see here? This man is like tied to a grid. Why do I feel like this is enlightenment? This is like Matrix. This feels like Matrix energy. Someone's about to understand the illusions a bit clearer. Look, can you see the snake underneath? The crown chakras is lit up. Someone is about, because it's upright, it's like they're starting to understand a lot more than what they could previously see. It's like their kind of observational energy is a lot higher than what they used to. Okay, what else, please? Knight of Wands. So I feel like you're going to get a very strong pull over. It feels to me like once this kind of Neptune goes into retrograde around the 22nd, 23rd, there's going to be a heck of a lot of movement here. Now, this is a masculine energy coming forward. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or could have that very heavily featured in their chart. But this is a masculine energy coming forward here. And I'm hearing staking their claim. They're staking their claim. That's interesting. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, upright, it's working on something. And in the reverse, it's not working on something. So this is Virgo energy. Let's have a look. Clarify Eight of Pentacles in reverse, please. Look out for people coming forward that may not. Why do I? Because look, we've got the Moon in the reverse. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Why do I feel like something's hidden here? Let me dig. Bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. What is the Moon in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? Waiting. It's like someone's coming forward. It's a token offer to come forward, but I don't know if it's sustainable. It's like they want to give something just to kind of keep you interested, but it's not sustainable. Because I feel like there's arguing here. It's not, this isn't sustainable. It's like I'm going to come forward and offer something just to kind of keep you. And I don't feel like it's a deliberate it doesn't feel like it's a deliberate manipulation. It's like I think I'm going to lose you, so I'm just going to do this, and then I don't want to put the full effort in because I don't know what to do. This is how it feels to me. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Let me get more information here. Yeah, look, Five of Cups, disappointment. Let's have a look. Is this energy? Why do there's more to this story. Why do I feel like this is karmic? Why do I feel like this is karmic? No. No, this not. We've got the Page of Cups in the reverse. This is where it's like I'm getting. Please, whatever you do not. You can do whatever you feel like you want to do as a grown adult, but do not get into like. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how much this person is willing to offer, because it looks like they want to hit it and quit it. If I'm being totally honest with you, that sounds harsh, but it looks like a booty call from where I'm looking at. It looks like a booty call, and it's like they're just like, I really want to come towards you, but I don't know how much more I want to invest, other than the initial passionate exchange. So I don't know how much this energy is making me feel comfortable here. Let me dig. Yeah, look, Queen of Pentacles, they may already be involved with someone, because we had the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck and now the Queen of Pentacles. Let me just dig here. Let me dig. What else, please? What can you tell me? What else can you tell me? It's like they're coming out of a living situation. But why do I feel like they're lying about coming out of a living situation? They're going to come forward. Look, this is Knight of Swords here. So someone's going to come forward really quickly. We've got the Four of Wands in the reverse with the Page of Pentacles. Is that the page? Yeah. It doesn't. Why does it not look that solid? This doesn't look like a solid offer, and I don't know. Let me keep digging. I want to know more. What else can you tell me here? Yeah, this they're saying, look, you have, this is Keeper of the Secrets, but this is also your intuition. I'm going to be real honest with you. I would be sleeping with my one eye open, and that sounds terrible, but I'm a Scorpio moon. I'm like a private detective. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I would trust this energy. That sounds harsh, but whoever this is for, they're saying wait. If put this way, I wouldn't be jumping into anything until I can see what exactly, because it's like they're making a token gesture, and then they're not following it through. They're doing just enough. There's no boundaries here. This is a boundary issue again. And and they're saying, this is what Spirit's saying, it's a test, because it's like, this is exactly the type of situation where someone's in and out, and it's like they're trying to crumbs. This is a breadcrumb situation. I mean, look, you do what you need to do, but I would be starting as I mean to go on, and I just wouldn't get into a breadcrumb situation, because it feels like they're trying to pull their luck here. You know, I'm not happy with the fact that, look, Ace of Wands, this is without, because obviously YouTube tell me off when I swear, but can we be realistic here with the Ace of Wands? I feel like they're just out for one phallic possible night, you know, or maybe a multiple possible phallic evening, you know, phallic. This is phallic. I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying here, but let's see. Trust your instincts. If it's worth, because put it this way, I don't know if they're out of a situation yet, and I'm scared that they're going to say they are and they're lying. So can you just do me a favor, and I feel like you need to just get all the facts, because it's like there could be real feelings here behind this, but it's like they're not in a position to give you anything. It's like they're not doing the work. They're trying to give you just enough to keep you interested, so you're not going. Because we do have the Two of Cups here, so it does suggest that there is a real interest, but I don't know if it's just the wrong time. Yeah, look, a secret admirer, Knight of Cups. But it feels like they're not completely out of a situation. Be careful. I mean, it's up to you. You guys have free will, but this is exactly the type of test that I'm referring to here. Don't get involved in third parties. It's just it'll prolong karma. even if that person's meant for you, it's not worth it. Okay, let's have a look. What else? What other messages, please? What else do we need to be aware of? What else is going on? Oh, here we go. Oh, come on. Right. Someone wants to come forward. The hanged man. Here we go. We've got the hanged man. Someone wants to come forward here. Could be an Aries. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Fool. Someone someone with their magic wand. You know? Ace of... Can't believe I just did that. Ace of Wands with the Fool. Taking a leap of faith towards their passionate new beginning. This now has a little bit of a different energy because there's another separate energy or masculine here that wants to come forward, but they feel like they can't. They're in this waiting game. It could be because of this eclipse energy, but this is new beginning, could be new job, taking a leap of faith, but it feels like it's a masculine. It feels like this is a masculine. So there is a masculine that wants to come forward. And what else, please? Okay. Oh yeah, you said about your Aries, are you? Okay, so we've got Page of Swords. Someone is keeping an eye on things. There's lots of people sneakily observing you to see if they can make a move. All right, this person who wants to make a move is observing you to see whether or not it's going to be reciprocated and or I feel like they want to make a move, but they're stuck at the moment, but they're observing 100%. They're observing social media 100%. They are waiting because they haven't walked away from something yet, but this is what they're currently trying to do. This is what they're trying to do at the moment. And again, it feels like this energy and the previous energy are two separate people. I'm going to be very honest with you. This doesn't feel like the same message. Okay, just to kind of clarify that, because I feel like there's going to be some of you sat there going, but which is which? I don't know which is which. So if you've got someone who because I feel both of them are tied up in karmic situations. You've got one energy that has feelings that may be a bit sneaky and try and push things forward a bit quicker before they've released themselves. We've got that. Then you've got another energy who is really wanting to come forward but knows they can't until they release it, and they're going to release this energy, this karmic energy, and then they're going to come to you. So you've got two very different outcomes, all right, for these people. Now you're going to know, I feel, which is which when they come forward, because your gut instinct is going to be screaming like, this person you haven't left them yet, so why are you? But just be very careful that they're not saying, oh yeah, I have, and they haven't. You're going to know because your gut instinct is going to be Six of Wands, victory. This is right, I've already got goosebumps. Okay, this is not just victory. This is like, I'm just hearing lives and fates are being intertwined as we speak. So you remember that target, that dartboard? I don't know if I told you, but Cupid was conjunct the sun very recently. So there's definitely a lot of emotions that are being brought up. But this is like paths are being intertwined. You know, it's like the fates are being intertwined. They're being recalibrated. But Six of Wands is victory. I'm just hearing the path is being lit up. This is Leo energy as well, and Jupiter. So Jupiter is luck, and Leo is that almost kind of noble type of energy where it's like they're a bit fearless there. There's a lot of mirroring going on. Why do I feel like when someone's tackling something that will, both parties are tackling an outcome or trying to overcome something that is going to help the other, but I don't think they're aware of it. And it's like you're going to speak to this person and it's going to be like, oh, look, that's so weird. I was dealing with that kind of thing as well. But it's like you're going to compare stories at the end of it and you'll be like, oh my goodness, this is a total mirror of what I was going through. Now, don't forget, 3 of Wands is about future plans. So I feel like this is you guys both setting future plans in stone here. But the fire is this passionate, kind of very dynamic energy, masculine energy, which is the sun. Again, we're going into summer. The sun is the masculine energy. What else, please? Do we need to... Oh my god. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? This has got to be a joke. Okay, I've got goosebumps here. Okay, where do I start with this? This is insane. It is like, I'm going to be honest with you. So it's really weird because my granddad used to read me stories about magic, and everyone used to take the mick out of me when I was younger, which I was like, because I used to read books. I used to carry books everywhere. Like even when I was in infant school, I'd always have a book with me, and that was spirit. It was like my connection to spirit, you know. That was how I did it. But I read a lot of Roald Dahl, and the kind of, if you look into Roald Dahl, and if you've got babies, I highly recommend you invest in some books for them if they at a young age, young enough for them to really understand, because it's got a very good moral like kind of narrative. But yeah, Roald Dahl quotes even now gives me goosebumps. But it really opened up my world, because it was like my granddad was so switched on and he knew what I needed, you know. And it was that kind of like portal into this kind of believe anything is possible. That I owe that to my granddad 100%. If it wasn't for him, I definitely would not be doing this 100%, right? But get this. So I've got goosebumps. Already we're gonna hit with this. Is it? I've already, hang on, let me just enjoy this moment, because this, I swear to God, this is like when you walk through Stonehenge on summer solstice and you've got no drugs or alcohol in your system. And if there's, sorry, I've got to say, if there's babies, if any children are watching this, put your earphones in here, because I'm scared I'm going to say something. I don't want to, that's not a good look. Anyway, so let's keep this PG because YouTube tell me off always. So it's like walking through Stonehenge, because you get this very natural high, okay? But this is the energy I'm feeling. So this is the sun, okay? Look, what did I say to you about the masculine? But look, and it's the rose. What have I been going on about these roses? I said it before, the sisterhood of the rose. Do you know what I'm hearing? I've got goosebumps. I can't. I've got actual, like, listen to this. So, you know, I can't even talk. So, you know, that I've said that this is the transition into summer. Oh my goodness. You know, when I said we're transitioning into summer, right? And that it's weird because it's like we're skipping a season here. And it feels like we're just transitioning into spring, but we've already had spring and we're going into summer. But where I'm at, it feels like winter still, right? Because everything that's gone on. So when you obviously plant seeds, they grow, don't they? And they're ready for the picking. So this is, I've got to give this message because I feel like, have you got roses around your ankle? Which ankle is it? Is it left or right? I don't know. Yeah. It's like ready for the picking. This is exactly, but it's the masculine viewing the feminine, ready for the, I've got goosebumps, ready for the picking. And it's the angels. This was divinely protected. Can you see? Look at that. Can you see all these astrological symbols? It's like the mask, and don't forget, the sun is also children. But this is like a birth of something. It's I'm just hearing a birth of a new age, a birth of a new dawn. But get this, we also pulled the karma card. This is karma. This card is called lust, which in the book, yeah, is karma. I think it's karma. Let me just double check. Justice, which is karma. So we've got the sun and justice. So justice is balance, it's Libra, okay? It's karma. This is like karma cleared. This is how I'm reading this, karma cleared. Now, if you look at this justice card, look at what she's carrying in her hand. The rose was ready for the picking. The rose is ready for the picking. The center of the masculine's everything world was left to grow, but now it's ripe for the picking. And just to give you some more insight, as I've mentioned before, this whole eclipse, because this is what it's referencing, is in conjunction, or it's conjunct the North Star. 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is about communication. It's about direction. This is movement. This is communication. This is a burst of realization, a burst of awareness, enlightenment, truth, understanding, knowing, movement happening very quickly, understanding, grabbing the opportunity. And just to clarify, we've got the Knight of Cups, which is someone coming forward to stake their claim. This is also Cancerian energy. This is Cancerian energy. And I'm just hearing, because they're in their power. They're in their power. They know their truth, so they're in their power. What did I say? Sorry, you're asking about Libra? You said Libra. What do you mean? Well, justice is Libra, yeah. Justice card it refers that when you're dealing with the justice card, it references that card being a direct astrological conjunction with Libra. Justice is the balancing scales, so that it would be in alignment. So you've got Leo, Libra, Sagittarius here, and Cancer. So there's a lot of action, but this is from this eclipse. This is the solar eclipse. This is what we're saying, that can you see here? It looks like they're on. It looks like a wave. Looks like the sea. This is emotions. So from Cancer into Leo season, you're probably going to these kind of the movement will be happening around those periods. So for any time from the eclipse, okay, for those people that resonate with this energy. Oh my goodness, the High Priestess. This is, oh my goodness. Oh, look at what she's carrying. A bow and arrow. What was the first card? It was the target. And I said someone's target practicing. Someone's manifested this. Look, this is a manifestation. And look, someone's in their power. This is someone in their power drawing this energy to them, as if it's like a magnet. This is someone in their power, magnetically manifesting and drawing all their abundance to them. And can you see at the top, she's got this moon goddess energy here. This is the moon. The sun meets the moon. What happens when the sun meets the moon? They shoot their shot. They shoot their shot. You're tripping right now. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles, abundance. And again, there's that target. There's bullseye. 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 Let's pull some oracle cards here, because this energy is, it's like that. So if, I'm going to be honest with you, if you're watching this and you're like, my reality doesn't look like this, my reality doesn't look like this, yeah, it's called trying to distract you. So you think that this isn't going to happen, and then what you do is you push it away, because you're saying, I can't see this happening, and so I doubt this is going to happen, and so this can't be for me, because I felt like that was going to be for me, but I can't see any of this happening. This is called trusting and having faith, because that in itself is completing that manifestation, because you're keeping that energetic kind of alignment alive by you sitting there going, yeah, but this physical reality isn't showing me that. I mean, trial it out, but you'll find out very quickly that when you keep saying that, you are just basically, it's blocking you a little bit. So just now, this is not for those people who have just jumped in on this and have got no references to any roses, or don't feel that there's any connection to roses, or don't feel like that any of the messages that I've just mentioned align with them. If that's, if you don't align with that energy, then none of this was for you. I'm going to be honest with you. But for those that do resonate with this, the idea is that if you are sitting in that energy and you feel like it's not coming to you, this is a trust exercise now. This is a faith exercise. And it's not about being so delusional. You would have had previous messages and confirmation from guides, from readers, that this was your person, this was your counterpart. All right. Okay. So just, again, we've got to use discernment here. This is not about feeding false hope or feeding into illusions, because we've got enough of that going on anyway. All right. So that I just have to give you that, because I don't want to give false hope to people. Right. Let's have a look. Nature's Whispers here. And you don't, you trust your own gut instinct. You're going to know if that was for you. Nature's Whispers. Let's see. What else can you tell us? Final messages, please, before we wrap the reading up. Final messages. What are the final messages? Oh my goodness. Leap of faith. This is calling you to have faith. This is the Fool card. This is yet another Aries energy. She doesn't know that this is going to catch her. She hasn't got a clue. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, this is, look, manifestation. Can you see the rainbow energy in the background? That is like almost like a circular kind of ripple effect. This is about maintaining that faith, taking that leap of faith and maintaining it. Right, let's do, I feel like I want to pull the Sacred Destiny card. Final messages, please. Final messages. It says shift your energy. Is your energy too focused on a particular subject and not onto you? So do you remember when I said about the boundaries? I'm just saying, please keep your boundaries in mind. Can you see as well in her right hand what she's got? She's got that strong 7th chakra kind of alignment here with her masculine and her feminine, because her feminine is growth and, this kind of feminine sort of surrender energy flow, and her masculine is that kind of drive. She's looking to her left again. She's looking to her left. So let's say, for example, you resonate with this. I would be, this is about surrender. So once your boundaries are in place, you just do you, you know, because this, I feel like it's already you just keep that faith and you keep manifesting it. But this is yeah, shifting energies, keeping boundaries. Make sure your boundaries are not being, you know, taken advantage of, and trusting your inner truth. Look, inner truths. Can you see she's got her light there? She knows what she knows. This is her. You can't take that light from someone. That's your light, you know, it's your truth. But there's direction, there's confusion, there's pathways. Which way do I go? You follow your own inner light, your own inner guidance. But you are, this is the energy of that kind of confusion and, oh, looky over here, let's distract you from what you're trying to manifest. So just be aware. What I mentioned, we've gone full circle now, but what I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, where there's distractions, again, lack of faith, lack of trust, trying to sort of pull you into older energies. Just be very aware that you know, that not to get pulled into that. Okay, guys, this was your reading for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. All of your likes, I appreciate you. I think today's upload is Libra. Yeah, Libra's upload is today. I've almost completed all of the last part of June's readings, and I'll be real honest with you, there's some this energy is insane. I'm going to try and get a few extra readings out. Like, for example, because obviously we've got one reading on Friday, which is going to be the day before summer solstice. So we'll see what messages come up then. But I might try and do maybe a possible eclipse special reading and a possible summer solstice reading, depending on, I did make some notes here. What did I plan on doing? Yeah, it'll probably be one eclipse summer solstice reading, but it depends what comes through on the Friday's live, because don't forget, we've got one last live before this eclipse and summer solstice. So yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Try and find your inner light. If you can't, you know, find your light, you know, or you can't find a light, be the light. You know, find something that will uplift you in some way if you can, because when you're in that high vibrational energy, you can attract abundance a lot easier to you. Okay, so guys, have a wonderful evening, day, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.